Hey everybody, it's me Chris. I'm back over here in the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Pico de Gallo. A really great recipe to have, especially now football season's here. It's great for just snacking with some tortilla chips, but you can do a lot with this. You can put it on tacos, quesadillas, put it on top of chicken, endless amounts of things that you can do it. You could even add some to guacamole to spice it up a little bit. So let me show you what I got. Very simple ingredients here. I'm using some plum tomatoes. These have a lot of flesh and very little juice and seeds. So I had 4 large ones. I chopped 3 of them already. I'll show you how I did that. I got one small to medium red onion. Depending on how much you like it, you could use less or more. I have 1 lime. I got 1 fairly large jalapeno. I got some cilantro. I got a little bit of just plain sugar, some salt and pepper, and a little bit of cumin. So if you want to take a screenshot here, I wrote the recipe down. You can get the list of ingredients. All right, so let me start with the tomatoes. So I'm going to cut the end off here, and you don't want to waste this. You can use this tomato right here. You just need a very sharp knife, and I'm just going to cut around that stem and use all those little bits. And I'm looking here for a 1/4 inch dice. I'll just add that to the bowl. And then what I did with the rest of these, again, I used 4 large ones. I'm going to cut these. I'm going to make 3 cuts to cut it into 4 sections, about a 1/4 inch wide. And then I'll take each one, I'll stack them up like this. And again, 3 cuts for about a 1/4 inch, just like this. And then I'm going to turn it and cut this into nice 1/4 inch pieces. Okay, so I got all my tomatoes nicely diced here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a nice couple big pinches of kosher salt. And what I want to do is just toss this up a little bit. Okay, get it really well incorporated. And then I'm just going to add it to it. I got a strainer over here, a fine mesh strainer on top of a bowl. I'm going to let my tomatoes sit there while I chop the rest of the vegetables. You want to let that kind of sit for about at least 15 minutes, maybe a half hour. And then what's going to happen is that salt is going to take out all that extra water out of the tomatoes. Because sometimes when you make this, if you don't do that, you'll end up, your Pico de Gallo will be sitting in a big puddle of water. So it's not too appetizing. So I always like to drain some of that water ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to start with my onion here. And I'm just going to cut off both ends, just like that. I'll cut it right down the middle. And you know, this is a matter of taste, but if you like a lot of onion, then that's fine. Use the whole thing. If not, you can just use half. So I'm going to peel off the outer layer there, and I'm just going to make 2 cuts here very carefully. And then look, I used the whole length of the blade. You know, don't try and just push through like this. You want to start with the end of the knife and kind of drag it through and let the knife do the work there. And then I'll cut down from the top. And again, I'm looking for a fine dice, 1/4 inch or less. Okay, so I'm going just before the end of the onion here. And that looks pretty good. And then just run your knife down right through till you get to the end. And then what I do, when I get to the end here, I just turn it down and cut around to finish this. I think this is a pretty big onion. I think this half is enough for this amount of tomatoes. So I got a larger mixing bowl here. I'm going to put my onions in, and then I'm going to work on my jalapeno. So now for my jalapeno, I'm just going to cut the end off, and then I'm going to cut this in half right down the middle. And then here's where you have an option. A lot of the heat is in the rib and the seeds here. So what I do is, I don't like it too spicy, so I'll just take a spoon and take this out, and I'm just going to use the pepper itself. You know, you want to be careful. Make sure you wash your hands right after this, so that you don't rub your eyes. You'll be in some pain. But you know, if you want it really spicy and you want all the seeds, that's fine. You can go ahead and use it. But if you don't want any spice at all, you can substitute. Just use a regular bell pepper. But all I'm going to do with this jalapeno, same thing. I'm going to try and cut down lengthwise about a 1/4 inch, and then turn it and dice this roughly the same size as my onion. Okay, so this looks pretty good. And you know, these jalapenos, sometimes they can catch you off guard. Some of them are really spicy, some of them are not. And you don't want a good tip if you're not sure. You know, you can wear a rubber glove when you're doing this, but this looks pretty good. Put this right into my bowl. All right, so I washed my hands, I wiped down my board from the jalapeno. I'm just gonna take some cilantro. Again, this is to taste. You know, depending who you are, some people love it, some people don't like it so much. I just want to chop this into a fine dice, probably about a couple tablespoons, and that looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm ready to add back my tomatoes, and I just stirred this a couple times, but just in the time I chopped the rest of my vegetables. I mean, look at this bowl. You can see how much water is in there. It's probably a good quarter cup of liquid at least that already came out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and just add back my tomatoes. All right, so we're ready to finish off our Pico de Gallo. Now I'm gonna hold off on the salt, and I'm gonna try it after I get everything mixed in, because I already put a good amount of salt in. But I'm gonna add in here a couple good pinches of sugar, and that'll help balance out the spiciness from the jalapeno. I'm gonna put some fresh cracked black pepper, of course, you know, to taste, however much you like, and then just a little dash of cumin, not too much. And last thing I'm gonna put is the lime. Just cut it in half. I'm gonna squeeze. I like a lot of lime. This is a small lime. I'm gonna squeeze both sides into the bowl, and then I'm gonna toss this and give it a quick taste. Okay, so I tried this. It's perfect. I don't need any more salt or anything. I'm just gonna transfer this to a nice serving bowl. All right, so there you have it. Take a look. This is my Pico de Gallo in the bowl. It looks really, really nice. Nice different colors. You could put any kind of color peppers you want to change it up. I just got some chips here on the side, but you can serve it however you like. And this is light years ahead of any kind of salsa or dip you can buy pre-made in the supermarket. You make this at home. These are really fresh, bright flavors. You know, the fresh lime juice, the zing from the lime juice, a little bit of sweetness from the sugar. I mean, it's really, really good, and it's healthy as well. So, great thing to make for Sunday football. I hope you try it out. Hey, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.